they're kind of set in the way that they like to play, as far as I've seen, where they want this like one specific hard carry, like with a solo kind of core. They want, or like at least, I think this is maybe a little bit more of a dual core with the Kraken and the Predator here, both providing, of course, like a decent bit of physical damage output. But the Bubbles just kind of does its own thing in the bottom lane the entire game, in the off lane, where he just split pushes and tries not to die. And it has been working out for them.
I was going to say, these players, and it seemed to be brought up in chat, I kind of agree. Like, these players, I feel like they're kind of changing names. Because what was the name of the mid player that played Kraken and dominated with Kraken? It's not Nongdog, but is this the same player? I'm needing to, like, try to remember now, go back in my memory here, but I just remember.
To be honest with you, like, keeping up with people in general, like changing names, it's a day job. Yeah. It's a full day job.
It's a little unfortunate the players.
Okay, wait, I checked. Midwinter.
That's what it was. Yeah, Midwinter. It's all the same. Okay, I did confirm that. So Midwinter, that's what it was. Yeah, he dominated as Kraken. That's definitely coming back to my memory now as well. So,
so I'm looking at like the game from 3/8, so that's 8th of March. That's Esperanza, Pee-wee, Midwinter, Colic, and SRP.
That's right. Okay. And I assume, Love Dog again. No, I assume it's the same player, but it's just on a different name now as well. But playing that Bubbles right there. Either way, this is from my understanding, this is the same actual team. They've just kind of swapped around some names. We do see top lane action though. Vindicator, that's a dead Vindy. I mean, this is a very potent tri-lane combo with Rhapsody, NG, and Magnus. There is zero chance you get away there as soon as that first stun hit. So well played.
They have a farming engineer. That's something I've seen in a while, to be perfectly honest with you. I've seen like engineer being played as like a core in the mid lane a little bit every now and then.
Oh wow, yeah.
But to really prioritize farming him here, and especially like to leave the Soul Reaper in the solo lane, is. I mean, it's risky.
We talk about the lack of the traditional carry for Colic, right? You were mentioning that. That's kind of like which makes sense, but yeah, that's a very good point. I mean, this is a conscious. It's not like they adjusted. I mean, NG was their final pick with the Meraxes, so they clearly had this in mind. The fact they were going to be doing this as middle lane, by the way, Soul Reaper. They're trying to make a play onto him, but it's not really going to happen. Kraken's actually just going to end up TPing top, so obviously some late adjustments coming out right here. Understandable, you don't want to have Predator 1 versus 3 at the top lane, so we'll see how Vinicius maybe responds to this as Rhapsody already making their way down here. But yeah, some early lane adjustments in the mid lane.
Yeah, and like the Magnus stun into the engineer is also just like one of those typical old school lane combos, right? Where the magma stun is long enough for you to reliably hit the NG keg and stun him back like happens in the top lane right now. He's just taking so much damage.
That gonna be dead Kraken, most likely. Yeah, he's a charge. You're taking him for a ride, and Magnus, good positioning, able to secure the kill right there. But yeah, I'm with you. It's still like having to remind myself consciously that Magnus is not the one farming. It is Engineer. Sigma playing the NG. He's got the hatchet. They are prioritizing farm on him. But I think this kind of screams a lineup that, it's not that traditional hard carry. They're not going to build NG as like a right-click carry. It's just they want to get him some farm to maybe get the early PK, eventual staff. But just this team wants to fight early and fight often. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. So the engineer's staff is also just really insane, to be perfectly honest with you. Like the engineer's staff, it deals like percentage damage, but it also just applies the effect that you would get if you walk through to anyone that is in the field when it spawns. So, and that's like a 2-second silence and perplex, which is just absolutely insane in general. They're not like many abilities that like perplex in this game in general.
Yeah.
And they're like Hellflower. And that's basically it, I think. Of course, I have like mini from the Witch Slayer and stuff, but
yeah, no, it's NG's obviously having that ability is a very powerful tool. And I mean, right now he's literally free farming the top lane. We're just not even trying to disrupt it.
They even rotated the Predator to the bottom lane.
He's been in all 3 lanes.
Yeah, he's taking a tour on Newerth. But I think in the bottom lane is the one lane where they simply cannot contest him because the Iker's there. Yeah. Even if they rotate like 3 people there, I don't know if they can actually win that. Funny enough. Oh, Magnus tried to go for the rune, but Bubbles actually managed to take the rune. And Bubbles is going to be walking to the top lane.
They might try to make a play on entry, but he's just already so farmed. Bubbles by himself, there's no way, of course. So he's very underleveled.
And Bubbles does not have to take cover, so he might be in trouble.
He's dead. Maybe. One more attack. God, that's so much right-click damage already. Meanwhile, there is a kill at the bottom lane. Lovedog goes down, or that was Lovedog. Esperanza goes down on the Iker. So 2 more kills on the list for Vinicius, and this is a dominant start. I mean, clearly this lane setup is throwing off Noah Nugent quite a bit. We talk about the obvious being Colic. He just really is finding it difficult to find a comfortable place. And that's another kill top lane. I mean, this comes in and just dies again. Energy field. He is not engineered. This would be a big kill. Baker can get that, but he just doesn't have damage by himself. So never mind. TP out. 3,000 gold lead at 5 minutes into the game, Dutch. That's pretty massive.
Yeah, and also they are just so far ahead with like XP as well at this point that just getting back to these lanes is becoming difficult for the Hellborn side here. And I'm not sure, like I don't think they had a weak draft, the Hellborn side, but I think that the way that they laned it really played into the Legion's hands. And the top lane actually will go down again.
Yep, that's another kill on a Bubbles, another kill on Iker, and this is a 7-0 start now. 4,000 net worth lead. I mean, it's just one of those games. It is a best-of-3 series, so I'm not saying, certainly not saying, think game 2 already, but it's,
Kraken,
at least you got that in your back pocket. Yeah, Kraken, he's fine, but just saying hello to Moraxis right there. Hey, speaking of Moraxis, I've been waiting for a little bit of a window to bring this up, and figure we'll just do it now. Kianshu, a name you probably don't recognize for good reason. It's a newly created account, apparently. This is Imba Boy, we're being told. For those that know HoN, know competitive HoN, especially in the later years, a name you should definitely recognize. He is playing the Moraxis, so it's good to see a player like him back, as we do have another kill at the top lane taking place meanwhile. But yeah, I'm excited to see, again, some of these names coming back with more recent announcements and playing competitive again, and so that was fun to hear. Imba Boy always been a fantastic player in the HoN scene. So.
In general, like, the strength of Imba Boy, in my opinion, has always been how consistent and how flexible he is in his playstyle. Because we have, of course, like, traditionally seen him in a carry role, but he is also very comfortable in this case, like a suicide role. And actually, Kraken might jump the Soul Reaper now.
Oh, he tried. Oh, is that going to be a turn kill? Oh, he tried to catch him with the release the Kraken, but Papa Soul is like, nah, you ain't catching me. Bottom lane meanwhile, finally a kill taking place with Noah DJ. They do take a Rhapsody, and they are going to get the kill on Vindicate in response, but now Imba, he's going to go for the TP play, and he'll be fine. And no more stunts, he knew it, so free TP out. So at least they're on the board in terms of hero kills, but that's just a very small at least. Nearly a 5,000 net worth lead just continues to grow for this Legion side.
Yeah, and like the lack of stuns on the Hellborn side actually is something that we see the Hellborn or the Legion side make use of a lot. Because I think we've seen Engineer port out, we've seen Moraxis port now out in the bottom lane as well. They've only got 1 stun with the Kraken, actually. Oh, yeah, that's Swiper.
There you go. That's got to feel good at least. I mean, again, no matter how far behind you are, you got to make plays to start recovering. You got to take some risks, and well, they do so right there. They finally kill the Soul Reaper, and of course, the extra bounty in hand. So they'll gladly take that and at least open up a little bit of space. I'm not going to oversell it, but hey, it's one step at a time here for Noah Nugent in terms of climbing back into this game.
Yeah, you got to believe in something, right? No,
Gotta
but
believe that Colic
like,
will find his farm.
yeah, one thing that I've always been curious to see is that I've seen this a lot recently. Bubbles players don't level their take cover.
Huh. Really? Oh, yeah, he still doesn't have it. That's a good point.
Oh, top lane.
Oh, that's a kill field. Energy. Engineer even. He puts energy field down. Iker trying to finish the job. The mine goes through. Oh my god, no way Sigma lives. Okay, he finally goes down. He gets the keg off to kill Iker in response, but that is a exchange and actually will favor the Hellborn side. Meanwhile, bot playing Predator. He's going at it with more axes. More axes. Pops the Matrax. And that'll just mean they'll walk away and nothing more will come of it. But you know what? A big kill at the top of that is a 460 GPM NG that you just took out. And Kraken's upwards of 300 GPM now. Predator's getting there. So again, no New Gen doing what they need to at least start recovering in this game.
Yeah, so the Kraken actually got a solo kill on the Soul Reaper there with the ultimate. The Soul Reaper went for the Ghost Marches, only has 800 HP right now. So the Kraken will definitely be able to get a kill if he catches a Soul Reaper. Because like one of the cool things about the Kraken is like a relatively new addition. If the enemy is like in the center of your Kraken ultimate, it takes like 10% more physical damage for 3 seconds. And that scales throughout the game as well. Like there's no armor on the Soul Reaper at all, so he's just gonna melt if he gets caught there. Oh, actually Kraken might be in trouble.
Oh no, he hit the little bit of the cliff there. He tried to charge away, and it's just one of those instances where you just barely hit the wall and stopped his charge early, certainly, and really no chance at that point. So, but yeah, good catch, good rotation from the side of Vinicius, and they get some revenge for that Soul Reaper as they take out the Kraken. Bottom lane, Rhapsody getting away from Predator. Predator unable to commit to that chase. Now Vindicator has to be careful as more access on him. Pops that Matrax once again, and that is a lot of damage. Wow. As soon as that explosion goes off. And Imbo Boy, the pain train is still coming. Predator, he doesn't have stone effort in 3 seconds. That means a death on him as well. The chase is real for more access. It is difficult to get away from that hero once he starts going. Top lane, NG. Mines are down. He's got the energy field once again. Release the Kraken. It's going to be dodged. Forces him to go up, though. Iker jumps in. They get the kill out of NG. Iker lives and they kill Magnus. Well played by Esperanza. Somehow lived right there with that transfer. And, you know, they win the exchange with the top lane.
Yeah, they were very afraid of there being a mine trap. There were only like 1 or 2 mines there, but you don't know. An engineer is definitely playing around that, so they were very hesitant to jump in. And at the end, I think the Iker was like had the mindset of, if I'm going down, I'm taking you with me. And he just jumped in.
And he didn't even die.
No, he didn't die.
That's good news, too. Oh, well
they
played.
tend not to Iker players.
Yeah, right. That's fair. NG.
Oh, Vindicator.
Is Vindy dead again? Yeah, he's definitely dead again. Well, maybe. Huh? Yeah. Staccatos come out, and that's going to be his 4th death, so finds himself running the Soul Reaper Rhapsody. No chance to get away there. I was going to talk about NG. So we mentioned NG's, obviously, Sigma. It's been priority farm on him. Now, his GPM has dipped a little bit. I mean, it's still 420 GPM, so that's nice right there. But what did he go first? He went the Soul Trap, Ghost Marcher. So he's just built up his inventory. Nothing too crazy, but we're getting an idea of at least the direction he wants to go. I got to assume something like the PK maybe next, but what do you think of the build so far?
I think I would be willing to place a lot of money on a Dreamcatcher. Oh, actually, top lane. Kraken?
On the full Dreamcatcher even. Well, not in play yet, but Kraken trying to make a play, however, gets cut off first. The charge away. He's got that hatred able to maneuver, though. Calfield catches, but does he ever release the Kraken? He doesn't yet. 1 more second. Oh, the timing of this. Magnus goes down. Release the Kraken is off cooldown now, but you know what? If it was off cooldown 10 seconds earlier, this fight may be completely different, but it was not. And it ends up being a 1-for-1 trade right there. Oh, Vindy able to TP out, by the way. The Soul Reaper's trying to find him in the mid lane.
Yeah, and they were just very, very... I think they're very scared of like something like a mine trap. And Sigma has been just placing mines everywhere here and there. But like the power of the Dreamcatcher right now is that it gives an insane amount of stats for like what it actually costs. It's quite cheap as an item in general. And it's like a counter to bottles. Oh, actually, top lane.
Okay.
Kraken?
Well, it's also, we'll get that thought in just a second. Kraken, Acker is there for the initial save, so even if he dies, he's done his job. And that's a big if, because it's Acker. We've been over this so many times. He is going to walk away for the time being. I mean, they want this kill still. They will get it. They had to dive a lot further than like, but you see Kraken making his way back to base, so he'll at least stay alive and get his regen on. But you are right. Going back to that, the Dreamcatcher is actually finished. And now we'll see what he goes for next. But great against a hero like Predator to that point, too, right? Where he relies on a bit of lifesteal kicking in.
Yeah. And so the way that the Dreamcatcher works right now, right? Even if you dispel it, a part of the Dreamcatcher, I think like 60 or 50% or something, still applies. So let's say like you put the Dreamcatcher on the Predator, and he gets rid of it with W. He still takes 30% less healing. So it's definitely good for that. And secondly, if you're playing top lane, the Iker jumps in super aggressively.
Yeah, they're just trying to stop this farm right there, and Iker will eventually fall. The energy field cutting them off, I think. Kraken wanted to make a play, but unable to do so with that. And now with 4 heroes here all of a sudden, that is a dead Kraken as well. Release the Kraken used, but Engi's just going to actually TP away as he's in the midst of it. Back to base. Double kill for Sigma on that Engi. Ooh, that's an interesting pickup, by the way. Sort of the high picked up by Soul Reaper, so it is going to be that Mock of Brilliance build.
Yeah. I'm guessing he just wants basically the farming potential here. And of course, like even Mock gives also just a little bit of right-click presence, which they might honestly need if the Predator gets out of hand at some point. But yeah, like the Dreamcatcher, why the Dreamcatcher is so good is like let's say you're chasing down a Bubbles, right? What Bubbles likes to do is he likes to dodge a spell, bottle up, and sit and take cover a little bit. If you just apply the Dreamcatcher to him, he cannot do that anymore. And if you look at what it actually does as like an item, Codex deals 350 damage for 2.5k. Dreamcatcher deals 300 damage for less than 2k. So you basically have to imagine it's just a Codex level 1 that you have in your inventory there.
Just, don't put that secret out there. A lot of players.
Actually, a really strong build.
Ooh,
actually, Kraken?
Yeah, PK from Moraxis. It was Veiled Rot right there, but they do not find their timing. Definitely for the better, because I think there's more numbers there than that would have favored the Hellborn side. So Moraxis thinking better of it. But look at Predator. I mean, this is again Kolek. He's proven to be one of the best farmers on the scene right now. Just as a carry player, he just knows how to find that GPM. He was all 3 lanes of lane pace. Clearly, the Legion was on a mission to lock him down specifically, as you should. But he's up to 360 gold per minute now. He's got the Hanamitis, or the Octopus Bones, obviously, as Bubbles may die to this. Oh, NG's able to run away with the Haste Rune. Good job by him, keeping his distance. They take out Bubbles, and now Vinicius trying to fight back for more. Predator thinking about going back in. He's got another leap ready to go. The fight definitely going to continue on. Kraken charge back, kills Engineer, so they finish him off. They're going for the kill as well on a Magnus. The great Rhapsody ultimate will mitigate some of that damage at least, but now Rhapsody in a vulnerable spot. No way he gets away. It looks like he is actually. Great line stun, and here comes Soul Reaper as well to finish the job. Beautiful turn at the end by Vinicius. A double tap for Puppet Soul. It seemed like maybe Noah Nugent had a chance right there, but no, they did not.
Yeah, the Magnus had very good positioning there. Like not actually ending his stun with the... I think that was like the Kraken or the Iker there, but actually like stunning through into the jungle. So he did not get stunned by the Kraken. And of course, good Rhapsody ultimate saving the... I believe it was either the Engineer or the Moraxis there. And it was like a PK that was just picked up by the Kraken. He hadn't shown it yet. So this was like their opportunity to turn the game, I think. If that team fight went a little bit different, and a little bit like more in their favor, if the enemy stacked up a little bit more, it would have been definitely... They would have a chance to come back there. But right now, we see the Legion side doing Kongor, and the GPM chart is not flowing in favor of the Hellborn side here.
No. It is telling the story quite well. Both Soul Reaper and Engineer are a very, very big farm. Nearly 10,000 gold lead as a team already for... I always have to kind of remind yourself of the time of the game as well. We're only 18 and a half minutes in. I mean, that is a very, very big lead. You mentioned Congo. He's even doing some Ancients in the meantime. Soul Reaper making some efficiency here take place. Meraxis will barely survive, but does live. And Soul Reaper with that Mock, finishes the job. He's going to be well on his way to a next item. And Perseverance going to be your Sustainer even picked up for now. So we'll see maybe the Nullstone coming out. But
probably Nullstone, yeah. But he needs to get some armor though, because if you look at the enemy side, right, with the Kraken, with the increased physical damage taken on the ultimates, minus armor on the Q, and of course the Predator that just applies some minus armor to ultimate and like a lot of physical damage. He will get melted if he's not being careful. Now the Engineer, of course, the Engineer ultimate is an amazing defensive tool if you play around it properly. And Engineer has been like a staple pick for these teams for such a long time that they really know like well how to play around it. And also like in general, like actually Iker being jumped.
An Iker that's scouting out gets caught. No chance to survive.
No. It takes a while, but he does go down eventually.
Yeah.
And Iker actually prioritizing his own Dreamcatcher even before Red Boots.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. He actually does not have it. Oh, top lane, Magnus, that's a big eruption on the Predator. The silence comes out after the fact. Oh my gosh, he's actually here. Maybe set up a turn. The Sanitarius, great use by Colic over the turn kill on Engineer. But with the energy field down, that's going to stall him just enough to take him out, as well as the Vindicator with Soul Reaper showing up. So, that was a close call to a turn onto the NG, but it just was not enough damage. Well played by the Magnus initiation right there. And I mean, you see that in Sanitarius certainly coming into play, but Colic just cannot find any consistent, comfortable farm right now, as Bubbles is, well, he's trying to live. He's got to take cover now. He's going to be able to keep his distance at least, but
yeah, they even used the Soul Reaper ultimate just to stun the Predator there at the end. Yeah. Because the Soul Reaper ultimate is, of course, like the stun is superior magic, but the damage portion of it is like normal magic. And Kraken running into 5 people here.
Uh-oh. Well, he was Veiled Rot, and then it exposes him. That's funny. Veiled Rot, usually the one that is veiled, they're the ones that are going to be jumping as soon as they expose, but it's like he got exposed, and all of a sudden it gets jumped immediately. So that was just very good heads up by Vinicius to realize that he showed up out of nowhere and kill him quickly.
And like Magnus is Sunk Bob. He's quite a well-known player, like within the high team and community in general. Oh, actually, Vindicator being jumped.
Axis going in that back line. Soul Reaper, great job with the protective melody once again from Rhapsody. Predator cannot do any damage as a result. He has to just walk away with his head down in shame. His teammates falling around him. That's going to be a tier 2 tower dead as well, maybe even more. Obviously, a massive fight once again for Vinicius. So their biggest lead, 15,000 gold lead. Colic will just walk towards the mid lane, and well, he'll use the Alchemist bow and trying to find farm over here instead. But yeah, they just cannot get any consistent groove going at all here on the Hellborn side right now.
Yeah, but they keep like taking fights where one person is down. Like the last team fights, Kraken was still down. Kraken was not there, no. And the Rhapsody had a really good ultimate that actually saved the Soul Reaper there from being basically melted by Predator. But yeah, if they were just a little bit more patient, a little bit more coordinated, they maybe like they couldn't have some turn potential here. But if they start like keep taking these 4v5 fights and that kind of stuff, it's definitely gonna be a struggle for them.
I mean, yeah, and the last fight, it's just an example of just when a team has a big lead. Obviously, they're going to have items that certainly benefit and give them the advantage in the fight. I mean, you mentioned with Rhapsody,
smoke, by the way, 5
if it wasn't, yeah, we see the 5-man smoke. Oh, if it wasn't for Rhapsody with the portal key that she had picked up, that fight definitely is a bit different. But she was able to keep her distance. She portal keyed and got the perfect positioning as a result to save the Soul Reaper and allow for that turn, as you mentioned right there. So here's that 5-player smoke, though, as Meraxis. He almost exposed it, but he turns the other direction and will farm down there instead. So
was Invis still though.
That's true. But either way, the Legion side, I mean, they must have got some kind of information there because they spread out and they did not give them any chance at a jump.
Yeah, like they have very aggressive vision, and like since no one is farming top lane, it kind of gives the way that like they are doing something, right? And they might actually jump the Iker here. Engineer running into Predator though.
Bubbles, good job with the take cover initially. Iker, he's going to come back to the tower and going to try for the TP play, but that was a very ambitious one. Really no chance Calfield to use it. No chance of getting away in the end, though. And that's going to be a tier 1 bottom
Yeah, they ran into the Engineer, though, with the Predator and the Vindicator. So Engineer goes down.
Oh, they did, yeah. So at least getting him killed in the process. But Bubbles, just when he thought he might have been getting away, he might actually still. Good job with the Shell Surf. And the axes are just out of range. Another take cover just in case. And he will survive. Very close call there. But yeah, big kill on NG.
Backpass about to go for Bubbles. He wants to.
He's going in. Okay, that's a commitment. And you know what? Does he actually get away for this? Oh, Rhapsody, another save, but at what cost? Gonna get charged by Kraken. The 2 are dead. Okay, I mean Vinicius clearly feeling themselves a bit. That's what we saw right there, and it's understandable. But you don't want to do that too many times.
Yeah, I think like for the Magmas, it's probably worth it to kill the Bubbles there, because you want to prevent that Bubbles from getting his Grimoire. You just want to lock down him as much as possible, because Bubbles is the only one in their team that can really split push. Like the rest of the team and the Hellborn team cannot really do that efficiently. They'll just die. But Rhapsody definitely should have just let the Magmas die there. Like, even if she channeled the full 6 seconds of that ultimate, I don't even think it would have saved the Magmas. Because his PK was still on cooldown and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, this does give the Hellborn opportunity to maybe get this mid tower down. Although we see Mass TP's middle actually.
Yeah, just when you think maybe, the best word there, maybe, because they are not able to do so. And now Iker is actually going to get caught. He gets still no boots. No chance to get away from him right there. So not only do they defend, they get a kill out of it. And NG, of course, has that PK now as well. He went to spell shards first, but did eventually get PK, and now is leveling up those spell shards. So a lot of amplified damage coming out. Top lane. Oh, Bubbles. He's going to be stopped right there thanks to the tablet. And now Bubbles. Okay, Shell Surf. He's going to go deep into the trees. They want him, though. Do they find him? I don't think so.
Oh,
he's just out of range.
Him. They missed him with the dust.
Yep. He's going to survive, so very close call right there.
Oh, they might find him still?
NG, yeah, he's still suspicious. He's like, I know you're here somewhere, but Bubbles is...
I thought they saw each other there. They literally kind of ran into each other.
I think that's why they're still hunting, for sure. But he's a little too much time being spent here and trying to find him still. I mean, in the end, Bubbles, he should survive. It's just how much do you commit? Bottom? No, Magnus is good. But yeah, look at Predator. Let's keep an eye on Predator. He got the Ice Spray. Another 2,200 gold saved up now. And he's going to actually finish the Frostburn. So more progress is being made. 428 gold per minute. He is definitely becoming a little bit more of a threat now.
Yeah. I kind of like don't like that the Predator never chose to actually pick up the Toxic Claws in this game. Because like in the early game, the Toxic Claws on basically any melee carry, I would say, it's kind of a must almost. Like playing a melee carry without Toxic Claws, they just run away from you. And we've seen that just a couple of times in this game where like the Engineer and even like the Soul Reaper just kind of run away from the Predator. Because he's just not able to chase them down properly. And he does have the Frostburn now, which is basically the same thing. But... no, Toxic Claws, in my opinion, is the same item, but for 200 gold.
Right. Well, that's interesting. I mean, the same item, but I get your point, though.
The same effect, I'll say, yeah.
Similar effect. Same effect, even there, sure. But, yeah, so passing that up, in the end, obviously, you wouldn't expect to get it later on in the game. That's definitely more of the early game, but we'll see how he continues to progress here. But they did get caught. I mean, that was obviously a good response by Newerth and getting that Conqueror immediately, doing it at the same time.
Kraken being chased down by Engineer here.
I love that release the Kraken. It's just wide enough to fill the river. Now, unfortunately, it's not going to stop the PKs from being used to go over it, and that will be another kill onto the Kraken. So, yeah, he tried his best to get away right there, but to no avail. He's trying to finish that BKB, which is getting close. Vindicator, well, they're also going to catch him, apparently. They just, one after the other. I mean, what they have 4 portal keys, right? Yeah. They have 4 portal keys around the Soul Reaper. I mean, this is a team that is just go, 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 catch, catch, catch. So it is difficult to stay alive right now if you're the Hellborn side.
Yeah, not only 4 portal keys, but also 3 tablets.
Yeah.
On Meraxes, Magmus, and Rhapsody. So, in general, like, they are strong right now. And when you're strong, like when you are at advantage, you can generally commit a lot more to those chases and for those kills. And they've definitely been capitalizing on that. They've been going very deep and very greedily been going after these kills. And it's been paying off for them for sure.
Talked about Imba Boy. He's making a comeback here in this event, playing the Meraxes, the cute Kianshu, just to name that an account that he has there. But that is Imba Boy, been confirmed. Speaking of some old school names showing up, Super KGE, shout out to him in chat. I know he's returned recently. He's been playing some Project Kongor. He's actually been streaming a bit, so another name that, of course, I love to see. One of the best, if not the best hooker of all time in HoN's history. So I just love seeing these names popping up here and there as we continue to have fun with Project Kongor, and of course the announcement of Reborn with Newerth Reborn, making some excitement as well, as it definitely should. So Soul Reaper, Soul Reaper, by the way, is going to be jump first. Vindicator ultimate as well. That will stop any kind of response, and that is a very good kill. I mean, Soul Reaper was playing cocky, as you kind of would expect, but can they get more out of this? I mean, that's a silence on Magnus. Magnus, he's trying to live. Kelfield holding him in place. Merax at the back, that's going to go for Bubbles. We have a bit of a scatter fight. Big charge from Kraken. They kill Magnus. And this is getting worse and worse for Vinicius right now. They may lose every... Oh, no, but Soul Reaper buys back. Soul Reaper, he wants revenge. He's going for the Hellfire. The ultimate on Predator early on. Not enough damage, but definitely puts the sun up. Predator wants to cut now. Rhapsody cut through the protective melody. I don't even know if it really did much. Get it, save Soul Reaper. Soul Reaper barely stays alive with a heal and will survive. He missed. That's
the evasion from the mock made him miss.
That is unfortunate. And so not only Soul Reaper stays alive, but now Bubbles, he is going to be run down. I mean, an aggressive buyback, couple of buybacks there, but it does work out for Vinicius. I mean, if they don't survive that, this game completely has a chance to turn around, but it does work out for Vinicius. And now they're looking to begin the end phase, I think you could say.
Yeah, it is 2 buybacks, but you can see, like, the Soul Reaper is still really squishy. Like, he only has 10 armor, so if the Predator gets to just, like, sit on him, the Soul Reaper will melt. But they really need the Vindicator ultimate for that, I think. Because the Vindicator ultimate is what is ultimately keeping them safe from counter initiation. Oh, Magnus actually going in.
Yeah, we saw that Vindicator ultimate. That's how impactful it was at the beginning of that fight. But here we go. No Vindy ultimate right here, but they got to defend their base. They do get the kill onto Magnus off the bat. Those mines, so the deeper you go, the more you're having to deal with. I mean, obviously that was a last-ditch effort there by Noah Nugent. A little to no avail, though. And you see a buyback coming out from Kolek, but I think Game 2 is definitely on the verge of being sooner than later. But they're not going to give up just yet, to their credit. They are still going to fight this one out for now, thinking they have a fighter's chance. But why would you keep your foot off the pedal if you're Vinicius? They say, yeah, we're just going to keep revving, we're going to keep going, because we know that you can't stop us.
Yeah, and like you saw the power of the Soul Reaper there, when Predator was like half HP and boom, and was gone. That's just the power of the Soul Reaper ultimate in general. And like Predator with that Insanitarius, he goes low like really easily. It's just the Soul Reaper just does so much passive damage overall. Even though like I don't think that the W goes to Shrunken, but I'm not sure about that.
The Withering Presence?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
I don't think it does. Oh, they're going in.
Predator. Oh, he has his Stonehide up, so Icarus Arrow as well to support. Vindicator ultimate, was it used? It was. So now the Vindicator ultimate's going to be on cooldown, and now Kraken, he's going to chase Soul Reaper. Demonic Execution, not going to kill him, actually. Able to charge away. They will lose bubbles in the midst of it, and more chase continues. There's Kraken again. This mobility's insane. Between all the portal keys, the tablets he mentioned, you just cannot get away from these guys. Look at Predator. He's like, come on, just die, please. That ain't happening. He's dead, and that's a GG. Is going to come out. Vinicius will officially take game number 1. And really a game, Dutch, that they never really felt too threatened, let's be honest. Vinicius was in total control from the laning stage and beyond.
Yeah.